It was one of the biggest stories of 2021. A young woman whose picture-perfect social media posts documented a seemingly idyllic adventure across America with her fiancé. But then the smiling stopped. Welcome to our channel. This is Gabby Petito, picture-perfect fading smiles. It was a story that captivated millions of people around the world and dominated headlines and social media feeds. The disappearance of Gabby Petito, a 22-year-old travel vlogger who embarked on a dream adventure across America only to vanish without a trace. As investigators sought to unravel the mystery of her disappearance, they uncovered a tale of domestic abuse, shattered dreams, and a haunting journey that left everyone searching for answers. But what happened to Gabby Petito? That's what we're gonna find out today. Let's start at the beginning. Who was Gabby Petito? Gabriella. Gabby Petito was born in New York City on March 1999 and grew up in the small, scenic community of Blue Point, just an hour's train ride from New York City. From the time she was little, Gabby had a zest for life that was infectious. She loved swimming, crafting, writing, dancing, singing, and acting. Friends and family describe her as a free spirit, a creative force of nature, and a beacon of sunshine wherever she went. But it was her sense of adventure that truly defined her. Gabby wasn't content to stay in one place for too long. She wanted to see the world and experience all it had to offer. And then she met Brian Laundrie. Born on November 17, 1994, Brian Laundrie was an avid outdoorsman with a love for hiking, camping, and exploring the great American wilderness. He was quiet and reserved, often preferring to let his actions speak louder than words. But when he met Gabby, something about her adventurous spirit and boundless energy ignited a spark within him. They began dating, and soon their shared love of exploration and the great outdoors became a bond that would shape their future together. When Gabby graduated high school, she enrolled at a local college with the goal of becoming a kindergarten teacher. But her dreams extended far beyond the classroom. She wanted to travel, to see the world, and to document her experiences along the way. It was during this time that she met Brian Laundrie, a kindred spirit who shared her passion for adventure. Together, they embarked on a journey that would take them across America and captivate the world's attention. The couple fell in love and decided to elope in November 2019. They married in a quiet ceremony in New York with just a handful of guests. They documented the special day on social media, sharing snippets of the ceremony and reception with their friends and followers. But they knew that their honeymoon period was over quickly. They planned to embark on a cross-country road trip that would take them through some of America's most breathtaking landscapes. It was a chance to see the country, to experience new cultures, and to create memories that would last a lifetime. And as they packed up their van and hit the road, they had no idea that their journey would soon become a mystery that would captivate the world. Throughout the summer of 2021, Gabby and Brian documented their travels on Instagram and YouTube, sharing stunning images and videos of the places they visited and the experiences they had. Their posts were filled with breathtaking scenery, fun adventures, and heartwarming moments that made their followers feel like they were right there with them. There were hikes through lush forests, swims in crystal-clear waters, campfires under the stars, and cozy evenings spent inside their van. They captured the beauty of America's national parks and the warmth of its people, making their followers feel like they were on a journey of discovery alongside them. But behind those perfect photos, another reality was unfolding. Witnesses reported frequent arguments between Gabby and Brian. And on August 12th in Moab, Utah, police were called after a bystander saw the couple fighting. Bodycam footage released by the police showed Gabby crying, describing herself as stressed and anxious. She admitted to hitting Brian, but claimed she only did so in self-defense. The officers separated the couple for the night, but didn't press charges. As the trip continued, their posts became more sporadic, leaving their followers wondering if they had reached their destination. Then on August 25th, Gabby called her family for the last time. After that, contact ended. On September 1st, Brian returned to his parents' home in Northport, Florida, alone, driving Gabby's van. He gave no explanation for her absence and refused to answer questions. He said only that he had recently broken up with her. Gabby's family grew desperate and reported her missing on September 11th. The news of Gabby's disappearance sent shockwaves across the country. People took to social media to share their thoughts and prayers, using the hashtag Find Gabby Petito. Meanwhile, the search for Gabby intensified with hundreds of volunteers scouring the area around where she was last seen. But days turned into weeks with still no sign of Gabby or any answers as to what had happened to her. The case baffled investigators and the public alike, leading to a flurry of theories and speculation. Some wondered if Gabby had run away. Others suspected foul play. But as the days passed without any leads, hope began to dwindle. Then, on September 19th, a break in the case. Gabby's remains were found in Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park. The coroner confirmed that she had been strangled. The case had shifted from a missing person to a homicide. As the news of Gabby's death spread, the nation mourned the loss of a bright young woman whose life had been cut short. Her story had touched the hearts of millions who had followed her journey on social media and who had hoped for a happy ending. But the discovery of her remains brought an end to those hopes. The search for Gabby might have come to an end, but the questions surrounding her death remained. What had happened to her? Why had she been killed? And what had become of her fiancé, Brian Laundrie? The investigation into Gabby's death revealed a disturbing side to their seemingly perfect relationship. According to those who knew them, there had been warning signs that Gabby was in a toxic relationship. But despite the red flags, she had pressed on. As investigators dug deeper into the case, they uncovered a pattern of controlling and manipulative behavior by Brian towards Gabby. There were instances of physical and emotional abuse that Gabby had tried to hide from her friends and family. It was a revelation that shocked many who had seen the couple as the epitome of a happy and healthy relationship. But behind closed doors, the story was very different. Brian had a history of violence, and had even served jail time for attacking his own father. He was controlling and jealous, and he had a tendency to isolate Gabby from her friends and family. In the months leading up to her death, Gabby had confided in her friends about the difficulties in her relationship. She had told them that Brian was often possessive and that she felt isolated and trapped in the relationship. But Gabby was a kind and forgiving person, and she didn't want to believe that Brian was capable of hurting her. She tried to make excuses for his behavior and push through the rough patches in their relationship. But ultimately, it wasn't enough. On September 14th, 3 days after Gabby's remains were found, Brian Laundrie vanished. His whereabouts were unknown, and his phone was turned off. Days turned into weeks with still no sign of Brian. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. The FBI launched a nationwide manhunt, releasing pictures of Brian and asking for anyone with information to come forward. But despite the efforts of law enforcement, Brian remained elusive. The case took another bizarre twist. On October 20th, human remains and some personal belongings were found in a reserve in Florida, not far from Brian's parents' home. The discovery was made during a massive search effort led by the FBI and cadaver dogs. And while authorities have not officially confirmed the remains are Brian's, they have said the evidence suggests they are. It appears that Brian took his own life. But before doing so, he left behind a notebook that contained a confession. It said he was responsible for Gabby's death. Today, Gabby's story continues to resonate with people around the world. Her tragic death has raised awareness about the issue of domestic violence and the importance of seeking help if you are in an abusive relationship. Gabby's family has also set up a foundation in her name to help other victims of domestic abuse. Gabby's story is a reminder that behind every beautiful picture, there can be a hidden struggle. It's a testament to the fact that appearances can be deceiving, and that even the seemingly perfect relationships can turn out to be anything but. Her legacy lives on in the form of a movement to help others who may be going through similar struggles. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. We would really appreciate it. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already so you can keep up with all of our awesome videos. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time.